fucking fresh. Plus, you got all the culture going on around you. Is that like a big influence around you, seeing other people doing it? Like, are you involved in that world where I understand people are literally battling in the streets and stuff? So, are you like witnessing this transpire?
Not that early on, but once I started getting a little bold and feeling a little confident with my lyrics, and people in the hood was receptive to little freestyles and stuff. Now those freestyles and stuff that we had, I knew those verses like the back of my head. So
Mm.
when someone would tell me they rap, a word, I rap too. And I would just end up spitting those verses. And it got to a point where like those verses were always better than the other person's verses. And that was like kind of giving me a boost. And one time there was a club called Overtime on Myrtle and Steuben. It was a small club right next to the White Castle. And me and all of us, we in the hood and we just bum rushed it. We was like, yo, they got some little showcase in there. We bum rushing that shit. We was all underage. You know, it's a lounge, but they couldn't do nothing because we ran the hood. Dude that's on there, dude on stage, he's rapping. Niggas gas me. Yo, Cole, son. Yo, go take the mic from that nigga, son. Yo, he ain't. Son, come on, Cole, son, we got you. They hyped me up. I went up there, took the mic from dude, and just started rapping. Shook the building though. And then from there, the dude, some dude that was in there took me and was like, "Yo, man, like I think you talented. Who are you?" Boom, took my information, started bringing me up more to industry stuff, and invite me to like this magazine release he was doing, and it was just things like that. Then I started realizing, like, yo, you know what? There's some opportunity here. Let me start taking it a little bit more serious,
Yeah, but
and then I started like booking studio time and going into the studios, and a lot of people that tell you like I was all over the circuit. I recorded everywhere, any studio I could get my hands on. That's where my money went.
mm. See, that was
Which
a
is smart, by the way.
yo, but that's
Smart.
super interesting. I do want to touch on that, but I do also want to commend you. That is fascinating. That the start of your story is I snatched the mic quite literally from somebody else, stole the show, and shut the house down. You know how I know?
Yeah.
Because you got invited to shit after. There's no way that you didn't do some, because that's bold. That's not something people can just do, you know? Yo, if I tried to go snatch some mic, I might get boxed in the face, is the truth of the situation, even if I was nice with it. That's some
Yeah.
shit that you pulled off that is fucking cool. Even,
Sometimes you got to take those risks.
because it doesn't sound like it was like mean. It just sounds like you did some hip hop shit.
Nah, we was just cocky, we was confident, and we was just on our bully. It was our block. Like, oh, they got a showcase, nigga, we rap. You know what I'm saying? That was the vibe.
But it worked, which is
Very New
frank.
York of
But it's
you.
also just interesting that regardless to what people may think of the move, it worked. And that's the really
Yeah.
important lesson, is that things that work for reasons, and maybe there's something to that that's extractable that we can apply to our own lives to be bolder in a situation. Like, if I understand what makes 50 Cent brilliant is his fearlessness, and that sounds like a fearless move to me.
Yep.
Um, let's say, like, so with the studios, you go all over. Is that a strategic move, or is that like just what it? Because it sounds strategic if you think of it in hindsight.
Was I was really a fiend. I would say that like I was a fiend where it was like I wanted to be in the studio a lot, and I wanted to learn beats, and I wanted to rap, and I wanted to really be involved. So it was like there was certain studios. I used to go up to Nate Reed Avenue in the Bronx on the 2 train. And I used to have a 7, 8 in the morning session. That's almost the second to last stop on the 2 train, local.
Yeah.
And go from New Brooklyn to there, that takes about an hour and a half. I
He's
would be up
essentially
at
saying what Dama said, which was like he's going from really far in Brooklyn all the way to like the most furthest point in the Bronx, and that's really, really far. So like,
yeah,
Right.
like I would take my book out on the train and be writing my verses while I'm on the train going to the studio. I would get on the bus and have my book on the bus.
Yeah, but
and be riding on the bus to work, to school, whatever it was. Like I was just like niggas knew I rapped. You know what I mean? Like I was on it like that. Even when I go to the hood and I'm chilling on the block and we all drinking or we chilling or we had a dice game, I always had a little pad in my back pocket. Always wrote little bars down.
mm,
You know, like I was really on that time like that. So like if I had a studio situation or all the way up there, I boom, I'm gonna go. I would go. I used to record on 116 with my guy French. He was one of the first people that gave me like original beats. I would go there. I would go to Queens. I would go to all the studios in Brooklyn I went to.